All right. How is everybody? Good evening here in the Philippines. Good afternoon and good morning to all over the world. Welcome back once again. This is Jay hosting the live interview with one of the candidates of Mr. Gay World 2021. All right. So before that, I would like you to know that we are also live at our YouTube channel, Pageant Trend. So if you're new there, don't hesitate to subscribe us and click the notification bell so that you will be updated whenever we have new uploaded videos and interviews like this. And also, if you are new to our Facebook page, don't hesitate to click the like and follow us on our Instagram account, Pageant Trend, for more updates and news about pageants. So for tonight's is a very special because we have a special guest all the way from South Africa, and you know, he is competing for the Mr. Gay World 2021 pageant. And I know, guys, you are so excited to meet him. So I will, without further ado, let us welcome here in Pageant Trend, LOUW BREYTENBACH, all the way from South Africa. Hi, LOUW.
Hi, Mumbai, everyone. I am LOUW BREYTENBACH. I am your Mr. Gay World South Africa 2021, and it's such an honor to be here with you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, LOUW, and welcome once again to Pageant Trend. So I can see
Thank
your eyes.
you.
You're so excited to meet us here.
I am. I said to you
Right.
earlier, it's the first time that I'm doing a live interview in this format, so I'm super excited.
Well, I really appreciate that you accept our invitation to become one of our guests here in Pageant Trend.
Thank you.
And you look so gorgeous tonight here.
Thank you so much.
What makes you bloom?
Ooh, I think what gets me going every day is to try and live a little bit louder and love a little bit more. That's what really makes me bloom and makes me happy. And because for so long in my life, I was so reserved and so taken aback by the idea of what I needed to be loved and accepted. And the moment you become a little bit more of yourself and you love a little bit louder, then you enjoy life a bit more.
Well, yeah, all right. Thank you so much. Anyway, guys, let's greet our 50 viewers for tonight's live session. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And please don't forget to comment down below your comments or your reactions about our special guest for tonight's live session, and as well as we will be entertaining some questions, and you are allowed to ask some questions to Low. And disclaimer, we will not be entertaining political questions. So you can ask anything about Low. It could be either in his personal life, love life, or anything, something like that. But of course, let's set aside the personal issue. So let's talk about the issue of, the LGBT community. All right. So hi, Lo. How are you? How have you been doing during this pandemic?
It's been stressful. I think all around the world, everyone's been going through so much, but we have to carry on and we have to find the strength inside and the beauty inside to go on and make the best of it. And I'm glad that there's some form of going forward with vaccines and some normality returning a little bit to our way of life. And we need to celebrate that.
Exactly. And of course, we should continue to pray so that
Yeah,
the virus will eradicate as well.
absolutely.
All right. So I guess as what I have seen on your profile, I think this is not your first pageant that you have joined before, right?
So I've done modeling before, but this was actually the first pageant that I entered into in my life. I come
Wow.
from a television and modeling background, and I study drama. So I come from that background. But as far as walking on a stage or owning a sash, that's the first for me.
Wow, really nice to hear that. So it only means that you are a rookie to the pageantry, right?
Yes.
So, so from modeling to pageantry, how was the transition?
I think for me, it was very natural in the sense that I harnessed some confidence throughout my experiences and throughout my studies. I had that self confidence to work with. And the main reason for entering the South African pageant of Mr. Gay World South Africa was to have a bigger platform for my charity work. I've been supporting the charity called Gate of Hope for the past 3 years, and it's a charity that sheds light on mental health struggles, especially in the LGBTQI plus community, to offer support to youngsters who are maybe depressed or suicidal or struggle with anxiety or low self-esteem. And for me, the moment when I saw that there's an element of that charity work within the South African pageant and the international pageant, I knew that I wanted a bigger platform to make a difference. And that was the main motivation for entering.
Nice one. Is there an added pressure that, the South Africa, when it comes to pageantry, are performing well, like the Miss Universe? So, you know,
I think
how-
we have a lot of support in South Africa. I think where the pressure does come in is like if you look at the fact that South Africa hasn't won a Mr. Gay World title
Mm,
since 2011. So it's been a few years since we've placed very highly in a competition. We've had wonderful success with our female delegates and our female delegates in pageants like Miss World and Miss Supernatural, but our male contenders haven't featured as strongly. And I think that's where some of the pressure comes in because we want to represent our country and do our country proud.
exactly. And I have a question. What is your stance on, on the transgender women joining beauty, the female beauty pageants like Miss Universe? What's your stand on that?
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation to be had because a lot of parts of South Africa are still very conservative, and there was a lot of outrage and saying this and that. I personally think if we fly the banner of inclusivity and we want to say that we are inclusive in our diversity, then we can't start labeling it and say, but you're not welcome and you're not welcome. At the end of the day, if you've transitioned, you are woman. If you've transitioned from woman to man, you are man. And we should celebrate that inclusivity and make room for that diversity within the archaic structures of what we viewed as normal previously, and make space for the new normal and a new inclusive pageant that really welcomes everyone to showcase their best. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about the exterior beauty, it's about the interior beauty and the change they can bring and the change they can make in their community. And if our trans females and our trans men have strong voices within the community, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be allowed to take part in these competitions.
Exactly. Okay. Well, it depends. I guess it depends upon the requirements and qualifications
Yeah,
of the organization. But of course,
absolutely. And the criteria that's set out before. But if that criteria is met, then I think it's wonderful. We actually, in South Africa, had our first transgender candidate in the Miss South Africa pageant this year, and it was a big highlight for me. I thought it was very progressive and very inclusive of them to open it up.
all right. Thank you so much. So how do you feel right now that some of Filipino fans are looking at you?
I think sometimes you get a little bit stressed and you feel a little bit under the spotlight, but it really is a wonderful platform to be a part of. And I hope that I can, not just in South Africa, but hopefully across the Philippines and across the world, give people something to be proud of and feel inclusive within our larger community as well.
Well, let's talk about your preparation for this upcoming, Mr. Gay World 2021 pageants. How was your preparation when it comes to, let's say, the passerella, the Q&A, the styling, something like
Yeah.
that? How was?
I think it's interesting because this year is the first year ever that they're doing a virtual pageant. So I think in terms of preparation, it was very interesting um, to have to film everything beforehand and go on green screen. But then we are also aware that our interview rounds and our tests that we have to write, our question and answer sessions, those are all still coming up and they will be done live on Zoom. So it's interesting to work within the constructs of a formal pageant, but yet have to incorporate the technology within it and think not only about how you will look on stage, but how you will read on camera and how you will read on video when you are filming, and to make sure that all those things are encapsulated in the correct specifications. So there was, of course, some coaching and a lot of dieting because I want to look good in swimwear, and of course, mental preparation in the sense that you have to remind yourself also of why you are doing this, and that it's not just to be the next cover boy or the next super gay. It really is about our community work and our community efforts and how we can incorporate that within the beauty aspect. And I think the mental preparation that goes into that, to constantly remind yourself to be humble and to be grateful and to be thankful for the immense opportunity that you have to represent your country, is something that you need to do beforehand so that you can always stay grounded within these competitions.
All right. So how did you win the Mr. Gay World South Africa? Do they have, or do you have the live pageant or virtual
Yes,
pageant?
so this year we had a live pageant, and it was a week long that we went to Pretoria / Johannesburg, and we had everything from fitness contests to swimwear, formal wear, and then we had to do interviews as well. And then, of course, on the final night, there is also then a panel of judges. You did your casual wear, your formal wear, we did high fashion, and then swimwear. And after that, they selected the top 5. And from the top 5, there was a question and answer session from the judges. And then the panel selected their second runner-up, first runner-up, and then the winner. So it was very stressful.
All right. So, um, what was, or which is your favorite part of the pageant?
For me, in the South African leg of the pageant, we went to visit hospice, which is a frail care home, and they do absolutely amazing work, and they are one of our main charities for the year that we supported. And it was so wonderful to see the community effort that they are doing there. And then another highlight for me was when we raised funds for SACA, the Southern African Animal Cancer Association, which is the official charity this year for the Mr. Gay World organization. And we got to host a wonderful breakfast fundraiser. And it was just wonderful to see how people open their hearts to support such worthy causes. And of course, we also are involved with the Gay World Foundation. So for me, the highlight every time is when you can give back. And I know it sounds so cliche to say, but I think people that have been following my journey from before Mr. Gay World will know that charity work has been a highlight of my life for the past decade. And it really just fills my soul. And we've always said that community comes first, family comes first, and to know that even in the LGBT plus community, we are also an extended family. That family needs to be looked after and needs to be celebrated for what they are.
All right, thank you so much. So next question for you: what is your campaign, or what is your advocacy on joining the Mr. Gay World 2021?
My main focus is, like I said earlier, mental health, especially within the LGBTIQ plus community. So that has been my main focal point, is to draw attention to the mental health issues, not just in South Africa, but abroad. And in South Africa, suicide under the LGBTIQ plus community is the highest of any other demographic in the country, and it's almost twice as high as the next demographic in that line. So we sit with basically 23 suicides a day in South Africa, and that's not even everything that is documented. So that has been my lead focus and my main focus. And then, of course, I'm also involved in a charity called Future Steps, which is a charity I launched earlier this year, which aims to bring school shoes to students in South Africa and abroad. And so far, in conjunction with Outreach Unlimited, we gave out more than 1,000 pair of shoes and stationery to school children in South Africa and Eswatini. So yeah, that is my main focus, in the hopes that we can provide education for every student, not only in South Africa, but in the world, and supply them with the basic needs, whether it be school shoes or stationery. It was Nelson Mandela who also said that education is the key to change the world. And we really want to drive that from a South African perspective, that we put education first, because the more educated we are, the less likely we are to repeat the failures of our past.
All right, thank you so much. Next question for you. If you had a chance to discuss a social issue with the world leaders, what social issue would it be?
Oof, there's actually so many things that we need to address. I think, again, from a South African perspective, a big social issue that we have in South Africa is gender-based violence, and that is something that we would like to address. And also, currently in South Africa, we've seen a spate of hate crimes against the LGBTIQ plus community, where we've lost more than 30 members of the LGBTIQ plus community, where Black trans women are most at risk of these hate crimes. And I would really love to address these issues and make sure that we lend a voice to our extended family, so that we can eradicate gender-based violence and violence against the LGBTIQ plus community.
All right, thank you so much. So let's have the greetings and comments, reading of comments and questions from our viewer. So before we move on to my next question, let's
Sure.
um, greet our viewers for tonight's live session. Let's have our first viewer from gabgalvez. Hello, Low.
Hi. Is Gab doing well? I hope so.
Thank you so much, Gab Galvez, for tuning in. And I get and for your information, Gab Galvez is one of the pageant blogger here in the Philippines. So
Wonderful. Pleased to meet you, Gab. Thanks for tuning in.
he does some bloggings, featurings, pageants,
Wonderful.
different pageants, Philippines and all over the world. All right, so let's move on to the next viewer. From HRM Queen Derby Rufus, you looking great.
Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget to share our live session for tonight, guys, so that we can have more viewers to come. And also, if you have questions, don't hesitate to comment down below. And don't be shy, guys. Let's comment your questions to Low. All right, so that Low will answer as much as he can. Okay.
Gladly,
Thank you
yeah.
so much, guys. And let's move on to the next viewer from Bluesome Angel Hartley. Nice.
Thank you. They're also kind. I appreciate the love and I appreciate the positive energy. Thank you so much.
Yes. And also we have from Ishan Parajapati sending
Hey. So he is actually one of the most amazing people that I know, and we only know each other through Instagram. And I always say that he's my brother from another mother. So he does
Nice.
wonderful work and is so supportive of my campaign. So big shout out and lots of love to you.
Nice one. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to share our live session and also keep supporting Low on his Mr. Gay World 2021 pageant as well. Thank you so much. Let's have this one. Cha and Clay Hands. I get
So
my Low.
Tian, also someone very close to my heart in South Africa. He's currently in Cape Town. So Tian, much love to you and thank you so much for supporting.
Thank you so much. And also another viewer from Brandon Siratan. Good morning, Low and Jay. Good morning.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
And FYI, Brandon Siratan is one of our regular viewer here in Pageant Trend, and he is all the
Wonderful.
way from Trinidad and Tobago.
Ah, wonderful.
Thank you so much, Brandon, for tuning in always. And he has a question for you. Are
Sure.
you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I will flash it now. Okay. No one can give you us pure integrity. Knowing our truth is something we can and must learn to do on our own. The role of the soul guide is simply to put us in touch with our innate ability to sense the truth. Question: how do you define your true self?
That is such a beautiful question, and I totally agree with the prologue of that question as well. That when we find the true self, we actually find a piece of beauty, and we find some calm. And I think defining my true self would almost be like an old ancient Chinese proverb where when a bowl cracks, we think oftentimes that it is broken, but actually all those broken pieces are just where the light gets to shine through. And if I had to describe my own purest self, it would be that yes, I'm broken, yes, I've had challenges, but there is also a beautiful light from above and spiritually that shines through me and that guides my path. And I hope always to stay as true and as pure to myself as I can possibly be, and to do good and love others as far as I go. And I think that's the purest form of myself that I can be.
All right. Thank you so much, Lo, for your wonderful answer to the question of Brandon Siratan. Let's have another a comment from Maria Andrea Lopez sending crown.
Thank you. We hope we get to take one of those crowns home.
Yes, it's actually the three crown. All right, let's move on to Ishan. Yeah, ask him about his journey of transition. It's a way more inspiring.
So the transition journey was both mentally and physically. A couple of years ago, I was quite overweight, and I think those of the viewers who go on my Instagram will see that I spent 4 years basically adapting new lifestyle changes to embrace a healthier lifestyle. And I think a few years ago, if I told anyone that I wanted to participate in a pageant, they might have laughed at me. And that transition was really something that gave me more confidence. And it was also a mental transition to go from a few years ago, I was suicidal, and I've had 3 suicide attempts, the last one being in 2009. And I come from a background where I have 7 diagnosed mental health disorders, including bipolar, body dysmorphia, ADHD, textile defensiveness. And I had to learn how to use these things as superpowers and not as things that weigh me down. And the moment I started making that transition mentally, it also pushed my life forward. And that's why I'm such a big advocate for mental health, because if you look after yourself physically and mentally, the world really is your oyster, and you really can achieve anything that you set your mind to.
Exactly. All right. So another question for you. So if given a chance to win the Mr. Gay World 2021, how can you inspire um, us or the pageant fans to all over the world?
I hope that if I do win, that I will be able to use my voice, especially within the community, to advocate for the things that really matter. I think oftentimes in the gay community, we get typecast in the same old problems of just inclusivity and diversity, but it goes so much deeper than that, and there are deeper seated issues within our community to address the hurt, the pain, the inequality of our past, the trans rights movement, and how we sometimes, even in our inclusivity, still exclude members in our LGBTIQ plus family, our intersex people, to give them a voice, our people who are non-binary, and to give them a voice and make them feel as at home as other people in this community feel. And today is Bisexual Visibility Day, and we often overlook people who are bisexual. And I think if we can extend that focus to include everyone within this alphabet and make a safe space for everyone, I hope that that would be inspiring for others to follow in our footsteps and also drive change, not just within their community, but in the greater society of our gay community.
All right. Thank you so much. So we all know that being a gay is, it's a big issue, especially nowadays. We are not yet socially accepted in the world. So what's your stand on that? What's your if you're gonna win the Mr. Gay World 2021, how can you convince those people who are not, socially accepted as a gay?
Mm. I think it starts with small changes daily. We've been very fortunate in South Africa that gay marriage was legalized in 2006, but still there's so much stigmatization. And I think stigmatization breaks the moment that people see representation. So the first step for me would be to try and push for visibility and to try and push for representation. We want to see gay people in politics. We want to see gay people in fashion. We want to see them in motor companies and as engineers, and have them be proud enough and feel safe enough to express who they are so that we can break that stigma. And I think that's a stigmatization breaks the moment we see representation. When there's a child at home who can look at a TV screen and say, there's someone like me, there's someone who sees the world the way I see it, there's someone who's creative and proud about who they are, or someone who dresses fabulously and embraces it. And the moment we give children something to look up to and strong gay role models, we start changing thought patterns. And the louder we love, the more inclusive we can become, because nothing wins love. Love always wins. And the moment we can start spreading that message in love and not just in defense, to go, we are worthy, we need to be seen, we need to be this and that. The moment we can love louder, the more people will respond to the message of inclusivity and representation.
All right, thank you so much. Another question for you: if you were going to add another color of our, LGBTQ flag, what is that color would you like to add?
I think they recently added yellow as well, and the circle to include our intersex people. I think if we could add a color to that flag, which is so beautiful and so diverse already, I think I would add a light mint green. it always symbolizes for me safety and peace and growth. And I would like people to feel safe. I would like them to feel that they can grow. I would love them to have peace within this community and know that they are valued. So if there's one color I could add, I think it would be that.
Nice. Okay. That is also one of my favorite color, the mint green, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice color and very, a
And because it's, yeah,
a
because it's
positive
pastel, I feel that it's soft and it speaks of love and it feels comfy. And I hope that when people look at our gay flag, they feel that they are included and they feel that there's a sense of comfort and a sense of calm within all these activations that we do as well, that there's a sense of comfort within coming home to this Pride family.
All right. Let us say tonight is the grand coronation of Mr. Gay World 2021. How will you use your title to benefit others?
I think the main thing for me would be allowing a bigger platform for the charities that I'm already involved in to start expanding on the Future Steps program to really make a difference abroad in schooling and make sure that students have access to education and advocate for that education. And then, of course, advocating for mental health abroad. I know that the Gay World Foundation offers financial and physical support as well to people who are targeted in bullying and in homophobia and transphobia. And I would love to throw my weight behind the Gay World Foundation to make sure that we really look at the deeper seated mental harm that is caused by this bullying and homophobia and transphobia, and try and assist our community even more with valuable resources and resources that are acutely available to the community, hopefully free of charge, where they feel that they can reach out for help if they need it.
All right. Thank you so much for that wonderful answer. I have another question for you.
Sure.
Why do you deserve to win Mr. Gay World 2021?
So I always have a thing with this question because it pops up often. And for me, the word deserve is always a bit of a tricky one because I often feel that everything we receive is grace. And I do hope that if I'm fortunate enough to win the title, it would be because of the work that I've done and because of the character I've shown and the person that I am. And even then, it would be grace because there are such wonderful candidates within our lineup. And I've been fortunate enough to have short conversations with the likes of Joey as well from the Philippines. And there are just so many amazing guys, Mr. USA as well, wonderful candidates, and they all have worthy causes. They all work so hard. So to say that you deserve something is a bit tricky. So I would say it would be grace. If I do receive it, it will be grace.
Nice one. All right. Okay, next question for you. What is the true essence of being a gay?
The true essence. I think to lead with a heart. You know, we can all get a sash, we can get a crown, we can get prizes. It doesn't mean anything if you don't have heart. So I think in essence, to be a king, to be a representative of your community, to be a leader within your community, you have to lead with heart. There will always be someone who's prettier, someone who's better spoken, someone who's more educated, but there's no one who can out-heart you if your heart is big and your heart is true.
Okay, next question for you. What is the biggest challenge of the young gay face today?
I think one of the biggest challenges is truly finding your voice in the world and finding who you are and to live that authentically, to have the safety, the confidence and the comfort to live that authentically without the fear of judgment and prejudice. And I think if we as a society can work towards making a safer space for people to be free in who they are, I think we can really drive change within our community.
Okay, next question for you. If you could change any one of your physical characteristic, which would it be and why?
I apologize. I think I lost you there for 2 seconds.
Do you hear me? Hello,
Now
do
I
you hear
can hear
me?
you, yes.
All right. Question: if you could
Yes, I hear
change
you.
one, okay, if you could change one, any one of your physical characteristics, which would it be and why?
I I think if I could change one personal characteristic, it would sometimes be my laugh, because I've been told that I laugh too much and I smile too broad, and then people can't see my eyes. Or when I really get the giggles, I laugh so much that I can't speak. So I think if I can just compact that a little bit, and then that would be great.
Well, it's okay. You do great. You do laugh great.
Thank you.
Yes. So I guess there's nothing to change with when it comes to your laugh. Yeah.
Thank you.
It really makes you gorgeous the way you laugh and smile as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, next question for you. This one. What is the most important lesson that you have, learned from this pandemic?
I think the most important lesson is to never hold back when you want to tell someone you love them or you care for them, and to never hold back your support for others in your community. I think we are now so acutely aware of how short time actually is, how valuable life actually is, and we sometimes forget that. And I think that if there's one lesson this pandemic has taught me, it would be to never shy away from telling someone I love them and how much they mean to me. Because I lost a very dear friend of mine, Nadine, who also did a documentary with me, and she was just taken too soon. And I wish that we had more time together to laugh and to celebrate life and to tell her how much she means to me. And I think that goes for many people around the world who lost loved ones, is just to wish that you could have hold on one more second and tell them you love them one more time. And I think that would be the lesson, is to never hold back your love.
Nice one. All right, so let's read the comments from our viewer. So we have from Brandon Seratan. Very well spoken. Good job.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
Thank you so much, Brandon. And we have another from John Pops Ayonke Palilio. Hi, Lo. I've been following your journey since you won Mr. Gay World South Africa 2021.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the support.
And another comment from him. Always be kind and keep inspiring.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, John Pops. Don't forget to share our live session. And if you haven't liked our page, don't forget to like us. And also we have from Rem Scarlett. Hello, watching you from South Cotabato.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for tuning in.
It's around in the Philippines. Somewhere.
Wonderful.
Yes, thank you so much, Rem, for watching. And if you have question, guys, don't hesitate to comment down below again. So we will be flashing it later on after this question. Okay, my next question for you, Lo, is how do you, in your own opinion, how do you define success?
I think previously when I was younger, I always defined success as being stable money-wise and owning a couple of things. And that has changed for me so much over the last few years. And I think it comes with age as well, where you realize that the material things don't mean much at all. So for me today, I define success as having a loving family, having a community where I feel safe and valued, and having a space where I feel comfortable enough to share my dreams and have people who support those dreams and to make a change in the community, because those are the only things at the end of the day that money can't buy, is your health and your peace of mind. And if you are healthy and you have peace of mind and you have dreams that you can chase and people who love you, that for me is success.
Nice. Okay. And I have, do you have your own formula of success?
I do
What do you?
think that my formula for success, and I hope maybe it inspires someone else, but my formula for success is being very stubborn, because every time I wanted to give up in life, I just decided that I haven't reached what I wanted to reach. I haven't made the change that I wanted to make. And it's that stubbornness of following a dream, regardless of who believes in you or who don't believe in you, to chase that dream with everything within you. And eventually, you start proving people wrong. So even if no one claps for you, my recipe for success is clapping for yourself.
All right. If you're going to ask me about the formula, I guess the right formula of a success is you should have the right decision and the right action. Right.
Yeah, so true,
So
so true.
if you have that two factors, and then you will be succeed on your
Yeah,
goals in life. Right.
definitely.
Uh,
That's so true.
okay. Next question for you. So, since you are a first timer or a rookie of joining the pageant, what, according to you, is the most important part of a beauty pageant or a male pageant or a gay pageant?
I think the most important part of it is the brotherhood. You often see on TV when these things are broadcast, you see the winning of it on stage, but you don't always see the brotherhood that's formed at the back of it. And I think that was something that really stood out for me with the South African competition. And even now in the international competition, although we can't see each other in person, we have Facebook groups, we follow each other on Instagram, and we support one another. And that is the things that are important at the end of the day for me, is forming connections with people that you know will push and guide you forward in life.
Okay, next question for you. According to you, is plastic surgery a good option for people who are not fortunate with good looks?
It's difficult because, again, we sit with this community and this standard and this almost this pressure that is placed on us of what beauty is defined as. And I would hope that whatever you do, whether you are for plastic surgery or not, that if you do have anything amended, it should be for you. It shouldn't be because of external pressure that's placed on you. It shouldn't be because you're trying to look like the people in magazines, because you have to first be happy with yourself. If you're not happy with yourself first, you won't be happy after you've changed either. And I've lived that through own experiences. The first time I did my body transformation, I did no internal work of the hurt and the how I was feeling about my self-confidence. And I looked great on the outside, but I didn't feel great on the inside. So for me, what changed that was the internal work of accepting myself and loving myself. So I would hope that if you do get plastic surgery, I personally don't see anything wrong with it, but if you do get it, it should be for yourself and not because of any pressure from the outside. And B, you have to make sure that you love yourself as you are, even before you transition into anything else, so that you can live fully and happily with who you are and comfortable in your own skin.
Exactly. And if I were to be asked that question, of course, I am contented of what I have, and but what God's given to me. So I'm
Yeah.
happy of my looks, right? Okay, so let's have someone is commenting from Rear Fuentes Pina Lozada. Are you single?
I am currently, by definition of single, single. I'm hoping it will change very soon, though. I'm hoping so. I think I'm ready.
Wow, single and ready to mingle, right? How old are you, Low?
I'm 32 now. 32.
Sure. Okay, so I'm older than you. don't don't
You
mind
don't
to
look
ask
it. You
my.
look young.
Do I
I
look
need
like
your
18?
genes.
Okay, so let's have another question for you. How important is for a model to look good at all times?
I don't know if anyone looks good at all times. We at the end of the day, we're just human. I think it's more important to be healthy all the time. We don't always get to look our best. We all have down days, but you can always be healthy. And when your mind is healthy and your body is healthy, I think you carry yourself differently as well. And you feel good about yourself. And that internal love then shines through, and that makes you beautiful. I do think it's important for you to take care of your fitness, to take care of your lifestyle, but it should be more about health than just about looking good on the outside.
All right, next question for you. So since we all know that every one of us is not born to be perfect. So my question for you is, how do you handle your disappointments in life?
I think the it ties in with one of the questions earlier that I said that you have to be willing to not give up. Disappointments happen to everyone, and in life you're going to have more disappointments than successes, but you have to realize that those are the things that actually teach you the lessons in life. You will learn a lot more about hitting rock bottom than you will just at the mountaintops. And I think that is what really makes a difference, is embracing what we perceive as failures and seeing how we can learn from them and then use that for our future success.
All right. Next question for you. So this question is, I guess you know already this because you've experienced on joining the beauty pageants.
Yeah.
This question is goes this way. What are your thoughts on people thinking negatively about beauty pageants or pageants?
I think oftentimes people project their own insecurity and project their own negative views because they're unhappy with themselves. I would hope that people realize the importance of celebrating beauty, and that it's just as important for pageant organizers to start embracing what beauty really is and how the norms and standards of beauty has changed. And I hope that pageants in future will be open to models of all sizes and people of all identifications under the Pride banner, to really create a society that celebrates beauty within everyone. And again, it comes down to the type of competition you are entering and the type of competitions regulations beforehand, so that you know that there is different competitions that you can take part in that still celebrate your beauty.
Nice. Thank you so much. And let's have a reading of comments. Marielle Polo said, "Tell me if you're ready." And another follow-up comment from him is, "Nice one. I love you."
Thank you so much. Love right back to you.
And we have from Rare Fantaspina Lozada. Can you say mahal kita?
Mahal kita.
Yes. Do you know
No?
what does it mean?
What does it
It's in
mean?
a Filipino, it's a Filipino word means I love you.
Ah, mahal kita.
Yeah, so some of the foreign, says that mahal kita with their loved ones.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for the love. I'm sending it back.
And sending love back, we have that mahal din kita. I love you too.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's have this last question for you. This one, is there something that is not right in this world that needs to be put right?
I think there's a lot wrong in the world at the moment, and we can go into it for very long. But I think the answer always comes back to a fundamental belief that I have in life, that if we can have more empathy and more kindness and more love, I think so many problems can be addressed and eradicated from our society. Because if we show empathy and we encompass that empathy with love and understanding, we will learn to see the world through others' eyes and make space for them to also be included and celebrated, even when we don't agree with their opinions or their lifestyle or the way they choose to express themselves. But we have to understand that showing empathy, showing grace, showing love and kindness to someone else doesn't take away from who we are. If anything, it enhances who we are. And I would hope that we can fix some of the problems in the world simply by being more thoughtful and more kind towards one another.
Nice one. I guess you're pretty prepared for this pageant.
I hope so.
You don't need to have to undergo training for the Q&A because you've
Ah, thank
learned
you.
you learned a lot.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So what comes first in your mind if you heard about the word Philippines?
I think Philippines is such a strong country. I've been talking to Joey, and you guys just, you are so friendly as well. When I've been talking to your 2021 delegate, you guys are just so friendly. So friendliness and strength, that's what comes to mind.
If given a chance to visit Philippines, what part of the Philippines would you like to visit?
I want to do all of it. I think I need someone to take me on a tour. They need to fetch me at the airport, and then I really need to be there for like a full 2 weeks and make stops at each part.
So from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So
Straight
yeah.
through.
So I guess have you heard about the Boracay
No.
beach? It's the white sand beach in the
Oh, yes,
Philippines.
yes.
And also in Palawan, the underground river.
No. We'll have to go. I feel you can be my tour guide if I come to visit.
Yes, you can contact me anytime. All right, Lo, thank you so much. Let's move on to the next part of this live session interview, which is the getting to know more about you. So we have prepared some slideshow and some questions, and then you will be answering that as much as you can. All right,
Sure.
so are you ready? Okay, so let's have this one. Okay, all right. First question. Who is the most fascinating person you've met?
Wow. I think it's again very cliche, but my dad is one of the most fascinating people. The way his mind works and the way he sees life and the way he loves other people and his love for me. His brain fascinates me. He's one of the most intelligent people I know. So I've met celebrities and I've met great people, but my dad is the most fascinating of all of them.
All right, thank you so much. Let's move on to the next question. If you had the world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say?
I would tell them to stop. We need to stop rushing. We need to stop judging. We need to stop trying to control everything. I think people need to breathe, they need to relax, and they need to create a space where we can stand still and appreciate life a little bit longer.
All right. Next question. What city would you most like to live in?
If I'm in South Africa, I want to be in Cape Town. Definitely one of the most beautiful places in South Africa. And if it's abroad, I would love to live in Atlanta in the USA because I have family over there and they really mean a lot to me and it would be good to see them.
Nice one. All right. So it's a dream come true for me to, to get or to visit the Cape Town as
Oh,
well.
you
And
have
also
to.
New York. Yeah,
Yes.
USA. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What movie title best describe your life?
There's a wonderful movie. It's quite old with Nicole Kidman and Meryl Streep. It's called The Hours. And I think that is such a beautiful movie for how my life plays out every day.
Okay, next question. Have you ever done a split?
I have tried. I have not been successful.
Same as you. I also tried when I was, in college and in high school. So I haven't, it's really hard to split.
It is.
It really hurts, you know. Okay, next question. Can you speak more than one language?
I can. I can only speak two, but I
Eh,
speak English, and then my first language is Afrikaans. So English is my second language.
I see. So can you give us an example for the African language?
So I will tell you, mag jy geseënd wees en 'n mooi dag hê, which in English means may you be blessed and have a beautiful day.
Nice. Thank you so much. And same to you.
Thank you.
Next question. Have you ever wished to fly?
As a superpower or just in general to different countries?
Hmm, Okay, next. How often do you play sports?
I'm not really good at sports, but I do gym every day, so I can jump.
Okay. Do you play volleyball?
No, no. I have on holiday, but not as a sport. No.
How about badminton, something like that? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
There
How
we
about
go.
badminton?
No, never played.
Okay. All right, next question. What's your guilty pleasure?
Chocolate, chocolate, and watching series.
Okay, if you were going to ask me, my guilty pleasure is as of now as a pageant blogger as well. My guilty pleasure is Facebook.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yes, if I can't post or update my pageant page, so I'm
Then you
I'm
happy?
really having a crazy all day. So, so I need to update and update more pageants on my pageant pages. All right, let's move on to the next question. What part of the human face is your favorite?
Smiles. I love smiles.
I see. Okay. Well, for me, the eyes, because it
Oh
speaks your
yeah,
skill and personality.
yeah.
Okay, next question. Lights on or lights off?
Lights on. I think it's good to see things for what they are.
I see. Okay. For me, I also lights on.
No.
Okay. Next. How much time do you spend in the bathroom?
So I'm really good. Like I wake up, I do my hair 5 minutes, I'm good. Shower 5 minutes, so I'm pretty fast.
Same as me. I'm also fast, so I guess 5 minutes is much way
Yeah.
longer. So yeah, 5 minutes. Do you
When
sing while do showering?
I don't sing well, so the only place I sing is in the shower.
Correct. Same as me. I sing, but it depends upon the type of the bathroom.
Yeah.
If it is small, then I can sing. If it is bigger, I guess I can't. Okay, next question. How do you release your anger?
I write usually. I'm not an angry person. So when I do get angry, I think the easiest way for me to express that anger is by writing. I very seldom in my life move to anger unless if I ever shout, then you must know someone pushed me to my ultimate limit. So otherwise I will write or I'll probably type a Facebook status with a song.
Mhm. Okay, if you are going to ask me also on how do I release my anger, well, for me, I give it shout,
Yeah.
shout and shout as much as I can. Okay, next, what defines you?
I think what defines me is the love I can give and the love I can receive in return.
Okay, okay, next, if you could be someone for a day, who would you be and why?
Myself, I really like myself. I've worked very hard to get to a place where I'm comfortable with my body and comfortable with with who I am. So yeah, I think I would embrace more days of just being myself.
Yes, and you should love yourself always.
Yeah,
Love yourself first before others.
yeah,
Uh, next. Oh, that was the last question for you.
awesome. Thank you.
And I hope you did enjoy.
I did. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you to our viewers also for all the kind comments and all the love. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Lo. And I hope everyone has learned a lot from Lo, and you get to know more about Lo. So if you haven't um, or if you have another questions, you can message him on his Instagram
Please do.
account and Facebook as well. So later on, he will be promoting his social media.
Definitely.
So guys, if you are a first timer on our Facebook page, don't hesitate to like and also subscribe us on our YouTube channel. So we are also live at our YouTube channel, so simultaneously live at Facebook and as well as YouTube channel. Thank you for supporting Pageant Trend. And
Yes.
all right, my last question for you, Low. Okay, who is Low Braytenbach?
I think I am just a down to earth boy from Johannesburg, South Africa, with big dreams and a passion for people. And it is my hope and my dream that I can share this passion and the love I have inside for others with them, and that love will drive the change we need in the world.
All right, thank you so much. And what is your message to your co-candidates of Mr. Gay World 2021?
I think to my co-delegates and my co-candidates is just to be as authentically yourself as you can be. And I want to thank them for the brotherhood they've shown, the support we can show each other, and that we can lead by example by loving each other and spread that love into the world.
Thank you so much. And do you have any person to acknowledge, especially with your journey to Mr. Gay World 2021?
Just a massive shout out, I think, to everyone who has shown support from physical to every Facebook message, whether we know each other personally or whether they are just fans or supporters. Every message, every thought, every prayer, it all adds up and it all means so much to me.
And message to those who are experiencing some, anxieties and this depression in this time of pandemic.
Yeah. I think the most important part is to know that you are never alone and that you can always reach out and know that you will be welcomed and that there's a safe space for you, and to keep on loving yourself with every bit that you can, and to not give up. I think that's the message, is do not give up.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you
So
so much for
before we
everything.
end our live session, Lo, I have another question for you. So this question is very, very familiar and trending in social media. I guess last month or 2 months ago when we
Yeah.
were having Binibining Pilipinas 2021. So it was asked by Tito Boy. So the question goes this way: when is the right time? When is when is it okay to be okay? When is it okay to be not okay? And when is it not okay to be not okay?
I think the answer is always to be authentic and to listen to your own body. The answer is not going to be same for every person, but when your body tells you that you are not feeling good, that you are not okay, pause and take a breath and step away from the chaos of life and find your anchor again. Find the reason that you want to be here, and know that it is always okay to not be okay. And it is always okay to take time for yourself and to pause and to reflect on where you want to go. You're not a hamster that has to keep on running on this wheel. You have the power to say stop, and you have the power to be in control of your life, and to make every moment of your life count.
Nice one. Thank you so much for answering that question,
Thank
Lo.
you.
Okay, so I will give you the floor now to promote your social media accounts and if you have some activities regarding with or in relation to the Mr. Gay World 2021 or Mr. Gay World South Africa. The floor is
Perfect.
yours now.
Thank you so much. I would greatly like to ask you guys to follow me on Instagram. That is my main reach out to fans and uh, friends that want to follow my journey. So it's my name and surname, LOUW BREYTENBACH, O2. And then the same on my Facebook page is also LOUW BREYTENBACH O2. And then on Twitter, I am just LOUW BREYTENBACH. So you can find all the updates there, all the charity projects that I'm involved in. And then, of course, the main charity that I pledge support to is the Gay World Foundation, who offers mental, physical, and financial support to eradicate bullying, homophobia, and transphobia, and to support the greater LGBTIQ plus community.
Thank you so much, Lo.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for the wonderful opportunity. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. It's really nice to see you here in Pageant
Thank
Trend.
you.
And we really appreciate your presence you here and also your effort as well for giving us your time.
Only a pleasure.
All right. So thank you so much, guys. So this has been Jay hosting the live interview with Mr. Gay World South Africa 2021 LOUW BREYTENBACH here at Pageant Trend. So have a nice evening here in the Philippines and have a nice day to all over the world. And please keep safe always. Bye.